A fellow YouTuber has called me for my help. My man Chakits, who has over 200,000 subscribers, is flipping his very first house here in Vegas. And he's getting a lot of people on his channel who are telling him he didn't buy a good deal, so he's kind of freaking out about what he needs to do. So he called me up and asked me what he should do to make sure that he makes a profit on this deal. So we're here now at the complex where he bought his unit, and we're gonna go help him out. But before we do that, I'm actually gonna help you out as well. I'm gonna be giving away one of my courses absolutely for free to one of you who are subscribed to this channel. And I'll tell you later on in this video how to win it, so stay locked in. All right, let's see what Chakits has got going on with this flip.
Yo, what's up, man?
Good to see you. Bro, how many cigs have you smoked in here, man? Is it you or?
Unfortunately, it's not me, but the original owner lived here for 30 years and they did nothing.
You didn't miss a day.
Not a day. I think a couple packs a day. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, man. So it looks like you already started demo, right?
Yes.
You didn't buy it like this.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you're already doing demo. Tell me about the deal first, dude. I'm a deal junkie, so I want to hear about it.
So basically on this deal, as you know, I like to bowl. So one of the bowling coordinators, she decided that she wanted to move. So she had reached on out to us and she was thinking about selling. But the condition of the property, right? I knew that if we put it on the market, she was probably gonna get beat up, all right? Because of the condition. So I proposed to her if she'd be interested in selling the property to me at a certain price. Gave her about 3 weeks and she came back and she said, hey, you know what? If you sell it to me at this price, I'm gonna leave everything the way it is, right? Yeah. You could have the deal. So we put that deal together. So
That's
now
awesome.
I'm here.
So quick tip for all you guys watching. Deals are everywhere. He literally found this seller at the bowling alley.
That is correct.
You know, so you don't need to do crazy, fancy, expensive marketing. You can simply just network and get deals just like this. So
That's
kudos
correct.
to you for that, man.
Appreciate it.
So how much did you buy this for?
So I acquired this property for $110,000.
$110,000. What are the comps right now?
Well, the last comp that I actually sold that was actually rehabbed by another investor was about a 190.
190.
But I believe that the way that the market is going, since the beginning of the year, we appreciate about 11%. So if we do about 2% every single month, and let's just say on this flip, it's probably gonna take me probably 4 months. Obviously, it's not gonna be as fast as you because I'm thumbing my way through it. I'm thinking probably about 4 months, so I could probably sell this for about 210, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that, guys, because we are getting routinely 10, 20% more than we thought on our property. So that sounds right to me. But even if it doesn't, with what I see right now at 190, you'd still be sitting really good.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, if you didn't know, Chakits is actually one of the top realtors in Las Vegas. So when he's talking about appreciation and what he thinks he's gonna sell it for, it's because he knows his stuff. He's been one of the best in Vegas for a long time. All right, now that we know the numbers, let's do what you called me here to do. Let's figure out what exactly we should do on this renovation. So, looking at this, right? You've got the living room over here.
Yeah.
What was your plan to do with this fireplace and everything?
So I wanted to get rid of all this brick and just keep it modern and clean and all the way up to the top. That's what I'm thinking.
So you were going to just do a tile fireplace or something like that. Okay. So here's my concern with that.
Okay.
Because you're gonna set such a new higher comp, you might have appraisal issues with doing too much.
Yeah.
So for us in this situation, we would actually just paint that fireplace and call it a day.
Okay.
Because the market is so hot that it's gonna sell either way.
Yeah.
Like people just don't have a choice. And I just don't wanna spend money on something like, you know, if I built out this big fireplace, you know, it might cost me an extra $1,000, $1,500.
Yeah.
And I may not recoup it.
Okay.
Because it still might just sell for 210 with or without it.
Got it.
So we're trying to save money in places that we can. So what did you think about the windows?
So the windows, I'm gonna leave the windows, and I noticed the window trims are all black, so basically all my hardware is gonna also be black too as well, so that way it can actually pop.
Yeah.
But the window trims here, I'm just gonna paint these actually white, so I'm gonna save them because I think they're still in good condition.
Yeah, I would totally keep them. They look great. So one thing we talked about is the smell of this house.
Yeah.
So with smell, obviously, you always have to get rid of carpet whenever there's smoke, guys. That's number one, because it just sticks in there. You're always gonna end up repainting, and you're gonna use what's a product called Kills. So
Yeah.
Kills is gonna get rid of all of this stench. You're gonna redo it. One mistake that I've made with smokehouses before is when they've had popcorn ceilings,
Yeah.
sometimes I didn't remove it and it still stank even with Kills. So you always have to remove the popcorn ceiling whenever there's smoke.
Got it. Now, what about the kitchen here? I mean, look at this kitchen. This thing is hideous.
Yeah, so obviously you're gonna replace this all. I assume you were gonna get rid of this tile too.
That is correct.
Okay, so I would just demo the entire thing.
Okay.
Now, I would also get rid of this top right here if you're able to.
Yeah.
You know, you've got this duct, so it may, you know, if you have to redirect it or something, it may not make sense, but you probably can just move it up a little bit.
Well, my thought process was just to drop the drywall here and put 4-can lighting.
You can, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think either way it'll be fine, whether
Okay.
you kept this soffit or you removed it. Just get a bid from your contractor.
Yeah.
But the big thing that I would do is I would totally remove this wall.
Wait, you want me to remove this wall?
Yeah, because if you think about the entrance, I'm really big on thinking about what somebody's initial first impression is of the home.
Yeah.
And so we know that the front door is right there.
Yeah.
So if this is removed, they see this beautiful kitchen now. You've got this big island. You can fit a couple extra chairs. Like, I think it's a no-brainer to remove this wall.
Now, let's talk about this. If we remove this wall, now we lose cabinet space.
Yep.
Now what?
Well, the cabinet space you'll lose is technically, if you really think about it, 1, 2. I mean, you're not losing as much as you might think.
Yeah.
But you can actually add those cabinets back over here if you really wanted to.
Okay.
You've got plenty of space to create another countertop type area. If you wanted to put cabinets up here, you could, because you're still gonna have enough space to push this dining area right here. And I think that would be a really cool like coffee bar, wine area, whatever it is.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so, and one thing too is, you brought this up to me, you thinking about potentially putting a pantry right here next to the fridge. I think that's a great idea because you don't have a pantry in here.
Yeah.
So I like that idea, and this kitchen will be 1,000 times better just doing that.
Now let's talk about the flooring here.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you look at the concrete, there are some cracks here. I don't know if you ever ran across that problem before. How do you resolve that problem? And also, what type of flooring do you think I should do here?
So for me personally, I would put LVT in this. This is
Okay.
what we put in almost every flip. It's cheap, it looks really good. I would continue it from the living room all the way into here, so it's just seamless.
Okay.
Everything's all the same. I would put carpet in the bedrooms, because
Okay.
that's pretty standard for here. But as far as these cracks go, I mean, these cracks are pretty standard. You know, this building is old. You know, if you ever tear up carpet on old buildings, these are normal. You know, so it's not like this is unlevel or anything like that. Honestly, there's not really anything you would do. You would just put the LVT over it.
Now let's talk about like light fixtures and stuff like that. Ceiling fans and lights. Should I just do like the cheapest as possible, or should I just take that extra notch up?
Honestly, you can get a really nice light fixture on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about, a black one, for really cheap, and it looks good. You would not even know it was cheap because it looks almost as good as expensive ones. So that's what I would do. I would get some nice fixtures on Amazon. You can get door handles on Amazon that are cheap, but they look really good.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to make this place look $1 million on a budget.
Cool. Let me show you the bathroom.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, so the bathroom, I'm gonna tear everything out.
Yep, but you've already done that.
Yeah. What should I actually put in this bathroom? Should I just do a fiberglass tub and shower combo, or should I just do the fiberglass tub and do the tile from floor to ceiling?
Yeah, I like to always do the tubs and then tile.
Okay.
It's not that much more to tile it. I know there are some people who get the prefabricated, just whole entire piece.
Yeah.
For you at this point, you're gonna be trying to really make this like the best place ever. And so I think it's probably worthwhile just to tile this, but I mean, dude, you could get a nice cheap tile that looks good for, you know, anywhere from $1 to $2 a square foot. So it's not gonna cost you a lot.
Cool. And there's something I wanna show you here. The bedrooms. With all the bedrooms, obviously they're the same. What do we do with the bedrooms? You talked about carpet, paint. I'm thinking about changing the baseboards. Anything else that we should do in here?
You know, I think the baseboards you could definitely replace. I would do that since you're doing new flooring anyway.
Yeah.
This thing is kind of weird, but
I was thinking about taking that off too.
yeah, I'd probably remove that. Doesn't really serve a purpose. You know, if you do replace the baseboards, you should probably replace the door casings as well.
Okay.
But totally up to you. I mean, me looking at this door, I would probably keep it and just paint it. I mean, it doesn't have any issues, but once again, it's up to you. If you replace one door, you gotta replace them all. So if, you know, half of them are broke, then I would say replace them all.
Yeah.
But if they're all in pretty good shape like that, I just paint those things white and call it a day.
Now, inside the laundry room, obviously we're gonna do the flooring, the painting.
Yeah.
Should I include washer, dryer, and also the refrigerator in the sale?
Never. I look at what the builders are doing when we flip, and it's like, they only include the bare minimum appliances, you know, dishwasher, stove, microwave, and that's it. Anything else you want is an upgrade.
Cool. Let's go take a look at the master bedroom. As you can see, there's a little bit hairline fractures, but again, like you said, it's probably not a problem.
This is nothing. Yeah.
And drywall and stuff like that, I think we could just paint it, but then we have wallpaper.
Yeah, so obviously you're gonna remove this and
Yeah.
you're gonna see how the drywall texture looks after you remove. I mean, to be honest, you may have to just retexture this whole place. You know what's crazy is look at this ceiling right now and how yellow it is. That's how much smoke is in this house. Like you don't see this kind of yellowing often, but
Kids,
this is his spot, obviously.
Don't smoke cigarettes, it's not good for you.
Yeah, well, if you look at the rest of the house, it's not as yellow as this. So you know, before bed, dude, he was just hitting a couple and then he just passed out.
Got it. Now, I did start the demo inside the bathroom here, and I want to get your opinion, okay? So right now, we had to demo this part. I wanted to take down this wall, and the reason why is because you had some water that was stagnant here.
Right.
And I wanted to check if there was any mold, but the good news is that there's not any mold.
Yep.
Okay. But you also have a closet on this side.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
So my question to you is, should I spend the money and blow out this wall to make it bigger bathroom, or should I just leave it the way it is?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the shower's a good size the way it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch it and spend all this extra money on that. You know, when we look at master bedrooms and bathrooms, we always try and add a double vanity if possible.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't think it's possible, you know, in this scenario. But I would just get rid of this wallpaper, you know, redo the shower same exact way that you did the other bathroom and call it a day.
Now, real quick, the flooring,
Yeah.
the pan, should I do a fiberglass pan or tile?
We typically do fiberglass though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
So Ryan, after walking through this property, the main question is this: how much do you think this is really gonna cost me?
Well, we actually go over renovation cost in my course. And as I told you guys before, I'm gonna be giving you a free course in this video. So there's two things you gotta do to win that course. Number one, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And number two, comment down below how much you think this property is gonna cost to renovate based on what we've been talking about. I'm gonna be announcing the winner on Instagram stories 2 days from now. So make sure you're watching my stories so that you can win this course. Now, Chakits.
Yes.
What did you originally budget? I want to hear your guess.
My budget was $20,000, so that's the goal.
Okay, so I want to say you could definitely get this done for $20,000 if you didn't do some of the things we talked about. You know, you could do a cheaper bathtub. You could just keep this kitchen the way it is and just, you know, not blow out the wall. You know, definitely don't add those cabinets. You know, so there's some things you could do to stay in that budget. Me personally, I would probably spend about 25 grand doing what we talked about.
Okay.
You know, blowing this out, adding some extra cabinets, you know, doing a little bit nicer showers. Because you gotta remember, this condo is not that big.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 1,000 square feet or less. So I typically like to say here in Vegas, you know, for this type of renovation, we could spend anywhere from $20 to $25 per square foot. So that would put us 20 to 25 grand.
Correct.
But we're gonna go on the high side because we're gonna do a little bit extra.
Yeah. So here's the thing, if I spend 25,000 as you're saying, I buy it for 110, I'm in it for 135,000.
Yep.
With closing costs and fees and all that stuff, I'll probably net about what, $55,000 on this deal you're saying?
Yeah, I would guess your break even is probably 145, 150, depending on your financing. And
Yeah.
I assume you're listing it.
Correct.
So you'll save money there. So yeah, if you sell it for 200,000, I mean, you're looking at like a 50K profit on this deal, dude.
So the question is that a good deal?
Well, if the people on your channel were saying it's not, then they don't know what they're talking about. 'Cause this is a killer deal that, if you want to sell it to me, I'll still buy it I'll pay you 120 if you want it.
No.
Well, bro, I appreciate you showing me your condo. You absolutely crushed it. You're gonna do good. Who cares what anyone else says? But guys, if you enjoyed this video, he and I are about to actually go film a podcast at my studio. We're gonna talk about how he's making over $1 million a year as a realtor here in Vegas, all because of YouTube, really.
That's right.
So if you wanna see that podcast, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast channel and you'll be able to catch that episode. Brother, always good seeing you.
Appreciate it.
I'll catch you later.
All right.
All right.